Good day, Parent Media team. It's a pleasure to be teaching you guys again. So the lesson for today is I'm going to be showing you guys all about the presentation part, especially projecting the projection that we use during Sunday service, like the processes and all that. So I'm going to be going through that. Okay, so what app do we use? We use PowerPoint. Like some of you already know, we use PowerPoint. Okay, so you gonna open PowerPoint, and the name of the document that we always use is called projector. All right, so this is how it's gonna look. Okay, so this is the order of things. The announcements, everything that has to do with announcements, these are the first these are the first slides that you see here. All of this are announcements. And after that, you will see this gray. This is a slide that I put here to be like a separation border type of thing. Okay, and after that, these slides, we don't usually use them. These are just here for like just in case. They are just parked here. We don't use them every day. Same as these ones are for Sunday school and mid-youth. As some of you know, we don't always project for Sunday school and mid-youth. Again, if you see this gray slide, it means that there is a separation, so that there is a clear separation between the slides. Also, these are Thanksgiving. We don't always project about these ones. Okay, and the preaching is the last section. Okay, so if you can, try to memorize this order. All right, so this is the one that we always put, so all these slides you see here, all of them, you can't edit them except for like 3 or 2. The only ones you can edit are the financial report slide and the preaching slide. Okay, so let me go to the financial report one. This ones you can't edit them because these are pictures, but this one I made sure that you can edit them because it always changes. Okay, so with the financial report, every Sunday we as the media team, we always have to make sure that we get the financial report before the preaching. Okay, the person who gives the announcements usually brings it to us like beforehand, but sometimes they forget, so it is our job to always remind them. Okay, we always have to get the financial report beforehand, so that we will not start projecting. If we do it too late, there will not be time for us to put in the figures. I hope you understand. So this is how it looks. So this is how it looks. All you have to do is put in the number. So for example, this is for last Sunday. Let's say for this Sunday they say 300. You just change and you just type it. It's very simple. But sometimes they might say that there is an offering for social. So what are you gonna do is you're gonna create a space here and type in social. And let's create a figure for like 500. Okay, one thing is these names always have to be orange and the figures always have to be black, so that there can be a difference to it. So how do we make this orange? You select, you see where there is an A here, you come here and you look for the proper orange that goes with the other colors. I think it is this one. Okay, it's not this one. You have to keep on going until you get it right, or if you can't get it right, get an orange that is close to the orange that is there. Okay, so we have it right here, and always make sure that the word total is a little bit underneath. As you can see, there is space in between social and total. We want the total to be on its own thing. Okay, and also positioning is very important. It has to be the right size. We don't want all of this to be like this. No, this is not gonna be visible. It has to be the right size. It can't be too big like this. No, it has to be the right size. It has to fit. Also, you can also move this ones. If you see that this one is disturbing this element is disturbing the words, you can move it around. Let me see. Yes, you can move it around like this. Okay, I don't know why it's moving too much, but yeah, you get the point. For me, this is too big, so we'll have to put it a little bit. Yes, and it has to be in the middle. It has to be perfect. All right. Sometimes they also give us the online tithe or offering. This is always here for you. Can change it to September, to October, whatever, and you just put the figures. Very, very easy. Whatever figures. Okay. So let's go to the preaching part. So this is the preaching. Okay. Same thing. The topic, this part always stays the same. Depending on the person who is going to preach on that day, you put the name of the person who is going to preach here. And it always has to be in a different color, as you can see. And also the theme or the message, it always has to be black, and it always has to be in Arial. I mean the font. Okay, so for example, let's say you type it in and you make a mistake and it's not like this. Always make sure that the message is, you come here to font, you go to, it always has to be Arial, and it has to be black. It shouldn't be bold, it shouldn't be regular. No, it should always be black. And you just make sure that it is the right size. If, for example, it's like this, you can do it like this, but this is too big, so we have to make it the right size. Always remember, guys, that positioning is very, very important. Okay, if the message is too much, you can also change this ones. You can make it bigger like this, or make it smaller, whatever you want. Okay, and if you want to go back, for example, if you make a mistake, or if you want to put it at the same size that it was before, you can come here, and yeah, this is just to go back. Okay, so this is the message. All right, always make sure that this line is here and it is the same color. This can also be changed depending on, sometimes the scripture might be too big and this thing might disturb the scripture, so you can make it smaller or you can make it bigger, whatever the size. Okay, and the number of the scripture, always it has to be in blue. This particular blue, it has to be underlined, and it has to be bold. Okay, all right. So for example, let's use a scripture. Let's say one, in fact, my favorite verse. Let's say they give you, by the way, the person who's gonna preach is gonna give you the order of the message and scriptures. So let's say they give you the 1 John 4. What you're gonna do is, we always have to use Kinyarwanda and English. I do both, for just in case the person might want to make reference to the scripture in English. So you come here to Google. We always use, for me, I use the bibilia.com. This is where I get the scriptures from, Kinyarwanda. I come here, go to 1 John 4, chapter 4, verse 4. What you do is you select here. Always make sure that you don't do it like this. No, don't do it like this. Always make sure that you select like this blue part. Okay, still, let me start again. Yeah, you copy, you change the number first of all. Always make sure that it's in this blue. You can either delete or you just paste straight up. So I'm gonna paste, and this is how it will look, but this is not how we want it to look. What we're gonna do is, remember, it has to be bold, it has to be black, and it has to be Arial. So you're gonna select it. You want it to be black. Another thing, we have to change the case. It can't be like this. It has to be uppercase, capital letters. And we're gonna come here to the font. Always has to be Arial black. Okay, so we are good to go, but it is too big. We want it to be perfect. We want it to be in size. So what you're gonna do is, you see here there are two A's. One has a little thing looking up, which means to increase the font size, and another A shows to decrease the font size. So what we want to do is, we want to decrease the font size. So we're gonna keep on pressing. As you can see, this number keeps changing. Okay, so as far as we know, this is perfect, but for me this is too wide. Okay, there's so much space here underneath. So what you're gonna do is, you're gonna bring it together a little bit, try to make it perfect. Okay, and guys, remember, positioning is very important. We don't want the scripture to look like this. We don't want it to look like this. It has to be right in the middle, in the right size. Okay, perfect. So you're good to go. After you're done, let's say they say that you should show 1 John chapter 4 from verse 4 to verse 8. What you're gonna do is, you're gonna duplicate this, duplicate slide, sorry, you're gonna change the number. You go to verse 5, you go back, copy, and you paste. Again, we don't want it to look like this. It has to be black. It has to be in capital letter. Sorry guys, I'm outside. Sorry for the noise. Arial black. It has to increase until it is perfect. There we go. Sometimes you can also change the size of this number. But it looks perfect. Okay, and always remember to indicate the scriptures that you're going to read. So that's all. You can do the same for English. You do the same for Kinyarwanda. This was supposed to be Johanna. Always remember, guys, the different languages. Okay, and also, if you want to transition from English to Kinyarwanda, always remember to bring this divider. Okay, I call it a divider. So you duplicate and you drag it all the way down. You're gonna duplicate this, any scripture. Again, you bring it down, and you're gonna have the English section. Change it to 4. Now we go to, I use biblegate.com for English scriptures. NIV, you go to book lists, 1 John chapter 4, copy, paste. Okay, I wanted to show you guys that I'm pasting, but I don't usually do this. Paste. Okay, as you can see, this is already black because this side it's black, but this one it was blue, but it doesn't make a difference. It still has to be bold, so it's already black. But sometimes it's not black, so you have to double check. It has to be uppercase, Arial black. You decrease the size. Okay, this is good, but this 4 is too big, so we're also gonna decrease it to match. Okay, that's all. This is literally all, and the rest is just for projection. Projecting, remember, projecting. So always remember the order of things. The more you will do it, the more you will get used to it. Remember, when you open this and it's time to project, always remember that it always has to be on the first slide, which is our church is our family. What you're gonna do is, you come here, You see this where there's the plus and minus. You come here on the slideshow, and all this process is before you insert the cable. Okay, always make sure that you do this process before you insert the cable. You come here to the three dots, use presenter view, and you're ready to go. You can now plug in the HDMI in the computer so that it can project, and that is literally all. And you can go to the scripture. Okay, I made this so that this one can be closer. Yeah, you get the picture. All right, and that's all. If you can end the show. Another thing is that, okay, but I will show you in the next lesson how you will use point of view to hide it, so that the people will not see any movement. Okay, but we'll do it in the next lesson. But this is literally all, and I hope you guys learned something. And yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, have a good day. Bye.